Well, hello and welcome to all of our viewers here today. I'm Fiona Langsharp, IBCLC Director of Communications and MC here at Gold Learning. Well, here today, I'm sitting down with our special guest, Emily Taylor, who's going to be speaking at our upcoming Gold Lactation Conference. And Emily is actually going to be speaking at one of our add on packages here, which is titled Lactation and Adversity Addressing Challenges with Confidence. So you'll be able to listen to all of the recordings as part of this package. And Emily will be recording with us so that you'll be able to listen to it at your own pace and in your own time. Now, in order to register for this package, it's super easy. You can just go to our website at goldlactation.com and you can register for the entire event as well. Now, the good news in all of this is going to be available for a length of time. So you'll have lots of time to listen to it and come back to it at your convenience. And I always appreciate that about when we're learning because we tend to have lots of things going on in our lives as well. So you'll be able to reach it when you need to. So, welcome to Emily. It's so good to have you here today. Thank you for joining me. I'm really looking forward to your presentation, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit here. But first of all, I would really love it if you would introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thanks so much, Fiona. I'm so glad to be here today and to be joining the community of Gold presenters and delegates and participants. I come to the work of infant feeding primarily as part of a journey of bringing more love and more justice into this world. So my interest really is in looking at ways that we can create health and happiness, and to do so by really radically transforming the systems in which we all exist. So, my area of expertise is quality improvement and systems transformation. And I just get incredible joy out of working with groups of people, diverse groups of people in terms of geographic location, race, ethnicity, language, nativity, discipline, of course, to come together and find out how we can all really, as a collective, make a better experience for the parents that we serve and the children for whom they're caring.
Wow, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. And I see right now, I couldn't not mention it, but you are the current chair of the United States Breastfeeding Committee. So congratulations on that. And that is an amazing committee. But some people may still not have heard about what this committee does. Could you please share a little bit about that as well, Emily?
Sure, I would love to. Thanks for giving me that opportunity. United States Breastfeeding Committee exists to improve support across the lactation landscape, really by working with, we're an organization of organizations. We've got over 100 member organizations ranging from state or cultural breastfeeding coalitions to national non-for-profit organizations, professional organizations. And the idea, much like I described of my own personal interest and why I felt called to serve in a leadership position at USBC, is that we work to leverage the collective impact of the members of the first food field to really create better experiences. So we work on all levels of the United States Surgeon General's call to action.
Mhm.
And we worked using a collective impact model where USBC aims to serve as the backbone organization where member organizations and other organizations working in the landscape try to come together, to learn together, and to make a difference as a collaborative. We do this within learning constellations, and we do have a conference coming up in May, so hopefully people will check that out. I'm going to avoid too much cross promotion here, but it's a wonderful conference. And USBC is really an awesome organization. So I hope you'll all check it out at usbreastfeeding.org.
Oh, no, that's wonderful to hear. And, happy to share about the USBC conference. And in fact, Gold has attended the USB conference for many years, and
Wonderful.
yeah, it's been such a joy, to be there and sharing so many of those wonderful experiences. And I personally have got to attend, so I couldn't let you off the hook there without
Oh,
sharing in some
good.
of that joy as well. And it really is, it's always such a powerful experience there, I think, for folks. And it comes you come away feeling really united. You
Yeah.
sometimes you I think in the I think in the field sometimes there is that sense of feeling like a silo, and where a lot of us are very driven,
Hmm.
as are you. I can tell, Emily, about what we do, and we're so passionate, but we need to come together and have that love and kindness of understanding each other's needs.
Yeah.
And I think United States Breastfeeding Committee does that by having, basically overseeing those many organizations. So yeah, it's
Thank
it's
you.
wonderful to
Thank you.
have you be part of that as well.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been amazing. I'd want to add with that
Yeah.
to see the transformation, excuse me, over the years within the organization. And I think that you can see it at the conferences as well,
Hmm.
where United States Breastfeeding Committee committed early on, about 10 years ago, to really lead with equity at the center,
Mm.
and as the structure of our framework. And I am so proud to say that today, not only are we the most diverse we've ever been in every way, but I think we're also the most inclusive. And
Oh.
that's a really important distinction to consider. But it's really important to us that people are able to participate in this space in a way that where they feel respected, where their dignity is preserved, and where they're really able to safely bring their full selves. And I think that's why you get that united sense, but also why we're able to make the incredible difference in the world that I think we do. So, join the party. It's equitable, it's joyful, and it's really just a great place to do the work.
Oh, well, thank you. And again, thank you for sharing that. Some of those values are so important to me personally, and of course, here at Gold Learning as well. So, just kudos to you for your ongoing service and work there. Well, let's talk about again this particular presentation coming up, because we really wanted to talk a little bit about it today, sort of what folks can expect. And I'm just going to go over the title here: Survivor Mothers Speak. Child Sexual Abuse Impacts Breastfeeding Experiences. So, Emily, can you sort of dive into this topic a little bit? Perhaps tell us what and why this is important to you, and what some of the things we should expect coming to your presentation.
Sure, sure. I'm always, the landscape is so wide open of how I could possibly describe my interests in this, but what I have found is just being heart centered and completely transparent is best. So I will share that I come from a family who was deeply impacted by childhood sexual abuse, and I'm the youngest of four incredible sisters. And so, as a teenager coming into my own adult self, my older sisters began to become pregnant, to have children, to breastfeed their children, and to experience parenting. And I really had the incredible privilege of bearing witness to um, how that affected them and how their experiences throughout their lives expect affected their lives as mothers. And breastfeeding appeared to me very early on in life. I think I was about 17 when I
Mm,
first realized that breastfeeding was one of those places where our experiences of childhood trauma could turn up,
mm,
and that there was potential for triggering and pain and shame and sort of re-evoking old demons that we thought were pretty well processed. um, or there was the other end of the continuum of this incredible opportunity to be healed in ourselves and to reclaim our bodies and our sexual and reproductive selves for ourselves in a really unique way. That it was this way of empowering and reclaiming ourselves. And I think that we have a lot of opportunities as women to help each other through that and to acknowledge each other's experiences. And so in my early mid 20s, I started to do some actual systematic research on the topic of
mm,
breastfeeding and mothering after having experienced sexual abuse as a child. And similarly found just such incredible richness there. And most importantly for me is I found um, so much strength and power and wisdom in the people who are willing to share with me in their stories. And I'm looking forward to directly getting to center their voices. And in this presentation, participants will get to hear straight from those moms about their experiences, learn from them about what that was like, and also how they can be a better support as lactation support professionals.
Wow, that's so profound, Emily. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's a very personal story there, but I think the research that you've been able to do and take into your work is just so important for those of us who are really wanting to support and learn more about this area because we know that it affects many families, and that that we need to be up to date and we need to have that. And I think that these sometimes the thought of uncomfortable conversations or any of those types of things, we just need to put aside in order to move forward, in order to do our best. I think there's folks that are missing out on lots of conversations and opportunity when we don't come equipped. It doesn't mean that we have to be the ones that are counseling, but I think that we need to have the tools to understand and know where we then would be sending those families off to perhaps another person that is qualified in those areas. So great value, definitely, in being able to listen to this as well. So thank you so much. I mean, it's just I'm looking forward to it so much. And of course, thank you for just giving us a little bit of insight there and sharing some of your personal experience as well in that research area as well. So thank you. So thank you for joining us here today. It's been lovely, really getting to know you.
Thank you so much. Likewise, I look forward to working together even more.
Thank you. Well, there you have it, folks. Emily Taylor, who's going to be joining us for our Gold Lactation Conference this year. Now, this conference is coming up. It's right around the corner, beginning on March 29th. You will have access immediately to Emily's presentation when you register for the conference. It will begin March 29th, as I mentioned, and it would be part of an add-on package, which is titled Lactation and Adversity, Addressing Challenges with Confidence. So thank you once again to Emily Taylor for being with us here today, and of course to all of you, our delegates. Bye-bye for now, everyone.